Now, hello, speed heavy, localizer, correct, fully established, ILS 340.
Airbus 15 heavy, continue approach.
What type?
The company vacated Alpha 6 and then Alpha back to Lima.
Vacate Alpha 6, Alpha back to Lima.
Morning. Wishing everyone a very good morning. We just have about 20 minutes before the live show begins. That is when the curfew ends, and Sydney Airport will get as busy as it can get. So please stay tuned. We will be here shortly at 6 a.m. exactly, and that's when the live show begins. Not too long, just 20 minutes.
Company, Seabird 15260 degrees at 8 knots, fake, Golf 34 left, clear flat.
34 left, clear land for code, Speedbird. City approach, velocity 572, I said 90 with uniform.
Velocity 572, approach morning, information uniform is correct to runway 34 right, expect GLS an independent visual approach, descend by star to 6000.
Oh, it's 6000, runway 34 right, velocity 572.
Company Lima, cross runway 34 left.
Cross runway 34 left, thanks, car 2 and car.
One five as you bake. The Golf, just monitor the frequency 265. I've got them all together at the moment, and you can taxi International 5 to gate 32. Good.
Monitor 126, International 5, gate 32, 15.
Car 2 and come, runway 16 left.
Enter runway 16 left, thanks, car 2 and 1, I'll switch over to 1247. Descending 10.
positions approved. Bravo 4 and Charlie. 4 Charlie, Sabrina. Fiji 9, give way to British Airways entering the A and push approved.
Way to British Airways and then push approved speed. Airport. RDA, right, it's 989.
It's 671, sent by car to 8.
Well, the saddle, yes, it's 671. Emergency division, this is contact after Dollar.
6 a.m.
City Approach, today, corner 4 heavy on 1010 Victor.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We didn't realize we were on mute. How crazy was that? But yeah, at least we sorted it right on time. MH251 out there, I believe.
Continue approach.
And how is everyone doing? Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, Plan Lover and Jesus Lover. Hello, good morning. Miss Aussie Thunder, wishing you a very, very good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Really happy to see you out here, Miss Aussie Thunder. And that too so early in the morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Did you know photos in detail?
What a wonderful way to start the day. Emirates A380 out there. FJ914 Fiji Airways getting ready for its departure. Should be wonderful.
65.
How is everyone doing? Hoping everything's well with all of you. And wishing everyone a very, very good morning from here in Sydney, Australia. We are pleased to have you all out here this weekend, this Saturday. At last we have some nice weather after all that crazy rain and things like that. So yeah, pretty much nice and wonderful. What do we have next? MH251 Kuala Lumpur to Sydney service on the A330-900. It's always great to get these A330-900s out here on the channel because, as we all know, the A330-900 is one of the newer variants of the A330, and not many people have seen that, so we are glad that we can capture all of this. But as you see, we are quite early in the morning, just 3 minutes past 6, and it's not the best of the lighting conditions, but we should be getting more of those lighting conditions. Should be increasing later on. Yeah, when we do have better light, that does mean we will get a good view of the planes. But for now, I think we should get some sort of lighting in the next half an hour or so, if I'm not wrong, but maybe slightly more than that, considering the fact that the sun rises a lot later. There you see MH251.
Turn heading 5 and descend 6,000 meters. Thanks.
Alrighty. Fiji Airways. That's not Fiji, that is. I used to even stand over there just next to, not next to the bushes. So, you know, once it gets a bit more brighter. Yeah. Okay, you see a car out there, right? Yeah. The ones that parked. So yeah, I usually used to stand over there as well. But then the thing is, if they are using runway 16 and the planes are like so fast as they are taking off, you just don't get a good view of it. Yeah. Evening time is the best, you know, because when the sun rises, yeah. Yeah.
I can never do that.
Why is it? Is it like
Work.
Okay.
Hold short runway.
Time for the wife, so.
Yeah, makes sense. But these days, not these days, I would say the last few months, evening has gotten a bit boring because, you know, we don't have Emirates, Qatar Airways and Etihad that they used to arrive. Etihad still comes with their A350, but then Qatar Airways, their A380 and Emirates A380. Yeah, nothing in there. Hopefully summertime. And here you are, A330 of Qantas. As we always mention this one, there's quite a lot of A330s of Qantas arriving at this time.
The A380 from the A330 from Qantas. Like every time I'm on your live stream, it's like A330, A380.
Yeah, that is true. Righty, so we do have Matt, one of our mates out here, a wonderful person, wonderful guy, and he will be on camera later today. But for now, let us see what we can capture. Quite a lot of planes out there.
Cross 25 Golf International 437.
Cross 25 Golf International 4 to base 37, climb 040.
Emirates 1 Delta. Morning, give way to Malaysia behind.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls watching us from everywhere in the world. As we have just started streaming, you can see around on the other side. There's a bit of daylight coming in, and hopefully it's going to be a nice and clear day. And yeah, it's not going to be those rainy days and things like that from the last few weeks, last couple of weeks, I would say. See the reflection in the water. Whilst we were driving to this place, we did see the moon nice and bright, but yeah, we can't really get it from here. We don't even see it, so probably it's just not, we just aren't in the right position, not the right location to spot the moon, but the moon looks super lovely. How is everyone doing? Good morning. Hoping everything's well with all of you.
Hold short 25.
Short runway 25, Malindo 1.
SQ 221 Singapore Changi to Sydney. That's the Airbus A380.
Hold short Sierra.
Hey Mr. Sango, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you, Mr. Sango. Thanks for joining us this morning on our live stream.
221 Alpha, and then Alpha cross 25, International 2, 9. Good morning.
Alpha 2, Alpha cross 25, and say again.
International 2 April, gate number 9.
International 2, gate number 9, approach 24.
Jets on 989, short runway 25.
Jets on 989.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us this early in the morning. What we see on screen is CX111 from Hong Kong. Bear with us for the next few minutes and we should get some good daylight, and that will be lovely. We will be able to see this very service CX110 taking off later today. It won't be too long and we will get a very good view of it.
Turn
left on the runway 2 and hold short runway 3, Malindo 171.
111 vacate out for 2, hold runway 25.
Okay, hold short runway 25, 111.
Please, you are number 1 for all traffic. Runway 34 left, go straight down runway 25, please.
Copy, sir, cross runway 34 left and go straight onto runway 110. Good morning, Cathay 1 Alpha 2, hold runway 25.
Say 111, short runway 25, open on.
Hold short runway 25, Cathay 111.
Jets on 59, cross 25 to 59.
Cross runway 25 to the bay. 9 Jets on 989.
Linda 71, vacate at taxiway Golf to bay 63.
Ready runway Golf 1 and to the bay 63, Malindo 171.
3 Hotel Juliet, taxi to bay 5.
Taxi to bay 57, 2 Hotel Juliet.
Cathay 1, cross runway 25, left hotel, hold short Yankee.
Cross runway 25, left on hotel, hold short Yankee, Cathay 1. Emirates 1, request taxi in sequence.
Emirates 5, copy, hold position.
Stop.
Japan Air 51, Vicinity 10. Jet 039.
Right, LA809 LATAM Airlines from Santiago. If you all know, we did capture the Harry Potter livery around a week ago, I would say.
Copy. Going away to the 7 feet, bay 63, crew, just 039.
Put a 654 up. 2, which is occupied. Continue away, however. Hold short of runway 25. Jet 784, pushback is approved. Cathay 11, taxi to Bay 30. Emirates 1 Delta, give way to Cathay and then taxi.
Freezing, right? It's like crazy. Super crazy.
Japan 51, wind 250, 10 knots, remain free.
Is this the lens which has the f2.8? The one you... Cool.
Thank you.
Rather day I'll switch
Yeah.
because this is the much better body.
It-
That's a bit older, so
Jet 9.
That's my video.
Yeah.
video camera.
Okay.
And then yeah, I'll switch over once there's a bit more
Oh, good
light.
morning.
So
09 there, heavy vacating by
Yeah, okay.
Eventually 809, cross run
I'm surprised
25
they
and taxi Alpha to Bay
I was
1.
worried we'd be a bit too far away. But this
continue
is
via Alpha to
like when
number
they're
1
there.
and take your
This is more than enough.
Yeah. Is this the 600 one?
That's the 600.
That's the
this is the 200.
Okay, okay, cool. Yeah, because I have the regular 100 to 400. Not even expensive as such, just about 900, 990 something. Got it last year. And that's the one which I usually use. And from here I get like pretty good view. So yeah, it seems to be okay. But then yeah, with the aperture, it's not too good for evening time. Like 5.6 and when you zoom in, it's like what, 8.1?
I'm trying to do more and more low light with this.
Yeah.
But the amount of grain in my photos.
And there's nothing you can fix it, right?
runway 25 and hold short. 1 and we are confirmed to Bay 2.
Alrighty, JL51 from Tokyo Haneda. As you all know, we always mention Tokyo Haneda services out here for the very fact that we have a lot of Japanese viewers. So if anyone of you has already woken up in Japan and are watching us, please let us know. Wishing you a very, very good morning. We hope you all are having a great start to the day. JL51.
Contact ground 1265.
Ground 1 Japan 51. Ground Japan 51 vacating up to 61.
Japan Air, turn left onto runway 25 and hold short of way Golf 2.
Turn left on runway 25 and hold short of Golf 2. Taxiway Japan 51.
Hey Bella, wishing you a very, very good morning. Bella, nice to see you yet again on another live stream of ours this morning. Thank you very much for joining us. We did see you, Bella, the other day on the other stream out there. Lovely to see so many of us watching streams of Sid Squad and other channels, and then out here as well. It's really nice to see that aviation community growing. And yeah, hopefully we can bring a lot more of these shows to you maybe later this year, as we have mentioned. During summer is when we'll have a lot of daylight, and that is something that we are waiting for, because as you see right now, it's way too dark. We don't really get much of the visuals until about, say, 10 minutes to 7.
Emirates 1 Delta right.
But thank you very much, Bella, for joining us. Stick around and hopefully we can get some great liveries out here. We do have Juneyao Air coming in with their Oriental livery. Won't be too long, but like I said, we won't get a good view of it until we see them departing later today.
Just 950, that cross lane is discretionary ground.
The red velocity taking off in about an hour.
Yeah, we should be getting a good view. Hopefully it comes this side and doesn't go to runway 34
It's going Brisbane, so it'll probably...
Yeah, most likely that side, yeah.
654 all the way to the top. Turn on Bravo 1 and hold Bravo 2.
Yeah, all the way to Bravo 1 and onshore, Bravo 2.
QF42 Jakarta to Sydney on another A330 service of Qantas. We did have quite a few people comment saying that they love Qantas's A330s, and rightly so. Here you are, yet another one. We will be getting quite a lot of them even later today. We'll be having the A330 departing to Bengaluru, India, to Hong Kong, to Bangkok. We see the arrivals right now. This one is from Jakarta. So yes, there's quite a lot. So stay tuned. As you may have seen, we are not zooming in as much just because it's way too dark, but then I believe even later today we will not be zooming in for the very fact that there is some setting that we happen to miss and we just don't know how to get it through. One of the first heavy departures of the day, as you all know. We always mention it, Emirates service to Dubai.
Good morning, West 02 Heavy, Bay.
West 042, morning, Alpha International 2, all choice to the bay.
Alpha National 102 to the Bay, quarter 42.
Go, Bravo, hold to the Bravo, full go mode.
We'll just pan around. KE401 from Seoul engine on the Boeing 787-10.
05, push approach.
We did film it the other day. We got the nice Pepsi livery that we all know it as. And we've captured the Neo livery as well, so they both look awesome and it's wonderful.
As well, Emirates 1, Delta Papa.
We also had someone ask us about Korean Air takeover of Asiana Airlines, but you know, as I read through more, we did get to know that it was on the cards for quite some time since COVID, because the Korean government did want to reduce a lot of those expenses and things like that, you know, the nitty-gritty part of it. But yeah, as we all know, Asiana Airlines will be merged into Korean Air. It's no longer going to be known as Asiana Airlines as such. So hopefully we can make one of those trips on the A380. We do know that they were supposed to be using the A380 for the Australian summer for just 1 week. I believe it was October 19th to the 26th. However, they have actually said that they will be using the A380 of Asiana Airlines until the 31st of December this year. So yes, our final chance to travel on the A380 of Asiana Airlines. When it is known as Asiana Airlines, I do believe that they may use the A380s for quite some time, because Asiana Airlines plans to retire their A380s by 2029. So we still have about 3 years, but that's not something that we can take it for granted, considering the fact that Korean Air usually uses their A380s to the United States and other places. So yeah, we don't really know whether they would just try to make it more efficient, considering the fact that I'm not too sure whether you all read one of those articles where it did say Korean Air, they used the A380 to Los Angeles, and yet the demand is way too high that they just can't satisfy. So it is anyone's guess if the A380s from Asiana Airlines would also be used on that route, and thereby starving Sydney siders.
United 39, hello, Lima, and then a
Well, these are just
hold short.
these are just rumors. These are just things that people anticipate. But we've got to just be a bit more cautious about what's happening out there, if in case you all love the A380s. And we did have quite a lot of our viewers who did mention that they love being on an A380, and we discussed it last week as well on our stream, that there'll be quite a lot of A380s of Emirates regardless into the early 2040s. Not very many by then, but we should be having quite a lot of them. QF20, another A330 from Manila.
Approach. Qantas around 1265. One Delta, runway 34 left, please take off.
34 left, clear takeoff.
G'day, I've got you for 36. Check that on the way in.
Right, EK415 Sydney to Dubai. They are a bit late today, and that does mean that we get to see them in some nice lighting conditions. Again, not the ideal one, but still better than the last few weeks.
63 full left. United A39, Bravo, port of runway 25.
25, United
Thank
A330.
you.
405, receive whiskey, or request taxi.
1205.
Alrighty, let's get those massive engine sounds out here.
You can taxi Bravo, do non-standard Bravo, short Bravo 4.
Non-standard Bravo 2, Bravo to the Bravo 4, number 1 of company corner.
It's 650 taxi base. You're waiting the company outbound Bravo 2, taxi to base 2.
Way to the company and taxi to Bay. 1654 down.
How good was that Emirates service to Dubai?
It's 039.
That's a 14.5-hour flight, and they'll be arriving at about 2 o'clock
2005.
local time, which is little after 8 p.m. for us out here. 6-hour difference between Dubai and Sydney. We do have United Boeing 787-9.
Uniform request taxi.
Sub 760, hold short 25.
Good morning, RC. Good morning. Yes, indeed, it is a lovely day actually for some plane spotting, considering the fact that last week our stream was disrupted because of the rain. We did plan to stream midweek, but it was not meant to be. It literally was not meant to be. But yeah, today seems to be a much better day. It's almost freezing, but it's fine. We won't complain. As long as there's no rain, it's all good. How have you been, RC? And thank you very much once again for joining us. Always a pleasure to see you as well.
Number 277 Rome, taxi Lima, Bravo, short of Bravo 8.
China Southern from Shenzhen. It's been a while since we last captured China Southern with their special livery. That was the 15th National Games livery. I haven't spotted any other special liveries of China Southern. Hopefully we get one soon. Never know if we could get something tomorrow. We do plan to stream tomorrow, but only time will tell.
Hold short, full left.
Thank you, thank you.
Chun 3071, cross runway 2. And then taxi National 3, gate 31.
Good morning, everyone. Wishing you all a very good morning. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate all of you out here.
November 277 Romeo, hold short runway 5.
Hold short runway 5, November 2
Qantas 405, 5 hold short.
All right. One of Qantas's first A380s that arrives today is QF82, as you see on screen, coming in from Singapore Changi. We will be awaiting the arrival of the service from Dallas Fort Worth as well, and hopefully we can film one of the arrivals on the 10th of June, because one of our viewers requested us, Red Bark requested us to film the arrival of him and his wife on the day. It's going to be a good one.
Ground 1265. November 2 Romeo, right turn onto runway 0, give way to the Qantas 21, and then vacate taxiway Golf 4 up.
Taxi, correction, runway 25, Golf 4, give way to Qantas 821 and just a bit. November 277 Romeo. Good morning, Qantas 84 base.
Qantas, keep speed up to your north of Golf, runway 25, the International 2 to gate 24. Qantas 24, unfortunately got traffic.
A321 service to Denpasar, Bali. Oh yes, we got that rotation out here. One of the first.
Runway 34 left, please clear. Yep, 039, contact departures by.
And now we are much more zoomed in. That is so much better.
Approach runway 34.
Junior 1669, continue approach.
Approach, again, 1569. Yeah, 83 Bravo.
At 60 on taxiway Lima, no delay, cross street for left, holding point Alpha 6 for left.
My 3 for left, holding point Alpha 6.
South 038, hold short 25.
And 35 minutes since we started, and that's the third A330 of Qantas. Like I said, they have very many of them.
Cross A3 for left, and go ready to head down Golf.
Alright, we are going to get Junea away shortly with its Oriental livery, Oriental Ruby livery. We have captured it earlier as well on the stream, and I believe on that day it wasn't the best of the lighting conditions. Today it just seems to be slightly delayed, and that does mean we are going to get a very good view of it. In fact, we are going to get much better view when they do depart later today.
Flossie 901, cross 5, hold short Sierra, g'day.
5 and hold short 041. Good morning.
Jetstar 06, cross 25, Bravo to 8, Bravo.
Cross runway 2 and full taxi Bravo to 83 Bravo. 038.
United 839, thanks for the speed. Showed it, you can now go as slow as you like. International 6 apron gate 50. Goodbye.
A49.
There you are, Juniawe. For the second time on our live stream. And the third time that we are spotting it. Of course, the last time when it did come, we spotted it twice. One as it arrived and the second one as the departure. This is the third one, and later today we will be getting its departure as well. As you can see right now, it's more of a silhouette effect, but worry not. We will be getting a good view of it later today.
We will via Juliet.
Junior 1660, you contact ground 1265.
1265, I believe.
Good morning, everyone. Wishing you all a very good morning and hoping you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. It's way too early for anyone to wake up this early, and that includes me as well. However, just because we want to get this live stream out, it's been some crazy days with that rain, and the very fact that today seems to be a better day, we just couldn't be home. In fact, today was not supposed to be the day that we were to stream. We just decided late afternoon yesterday as we checked the weather app and stuff like that, as well as we were supposed to get a special aircraft from France, if I'm not wrong. That does seem to be cancelled as of now, but that's okay.
760 line up, runway 34 left.
Line up, runway 34 left.
Look at the beautiful sky. Wow. That's not something we would have seen the last few days. All we saw was just grey and white. That was all. But today seems to be wonderful. Hey Clean, hello, welcome, good evening to you. How's your Friday evening going? Thank you very much once again for joining us. Always nice to see you around.
We can't confirm that it's the right position.
Can't on.
I'm sorry, is it the bus on the northern side? Stand by at ground and I'll go and check, but I think it's clear.
Yeah, Junior 1669, cross 25 and taxi international 5.
JQ 760 to Adelaide.
5 taxi area international 5. Okay, 53, yeah, 1669. Ground car 9, just confirming that all vehicles are in the appropriate position or there is some GSC being removed as we speak.
Car 9, copy. Qantas 24. Vehicles are in safe spot, but there's a jet. Take your time, no rush. Taxi when you can.
We're getting underway now.
And that's a wonderful rotation of the A320. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. A321, sorry. Yeah, but we will be waiting for Emirates departure. That's always going to be wonderful. The service to Christchurch is what puts on a very, very good rotation. Thank you, Clean, thank you. Yes, we are having a wonderful morning and we are really happy that you're joining us today. Thank you very much. We did stream last week as well, but we had to end it quite early because of the rain. Seems to be we are having some nice cloud cover out here. Let me zoom out and show you what I'm talking about. See that? We are at the base of the old ATC. Yeah, we'll still wait for a bit more daylight to be here, and that is going to help us quite a bit get some very, very good view of the plane. Alright, so Clean does say that it is 10:42 p.m. in Germany. That's an 8-hour difference between Germany and Sydney. Wow. That doesn't seem like much for 8 hours actually, because I do know Dubai is about 6-hour difference, so which means the Middle East and Europe, Germany, wow, just 2 hours. That is crazy. But it's good to know it. The lesser the time difference, the much better, because we do know Adele is not here on the stream today, but usually Adele joins us as well from Montreal, sorry, and when they join us it's like late afternoon for them, so you can imagine the time difference really plays on quite a bit. Adele has been in office at times when they have been watching stream. Alright, Clean says, my city is Hamburg. Yes, I do recollect. I think you told us the other day on one of our evening live streams. So yes, hopefully we can visit one day. Like I said, Clean, we do plan to travel on a 747 of Lufthansa. That is something that we want to do. But that service is to Frankfurt, not to Hamburg. So yeah, that is something we may have to see, but hopefully someday. But we want to do it soon because we do know that Lufthansa does want to retire their 747-400s, and the -400 is what we actually want to be on. The -8s, there's quite a lot of them, and they do have occasional services not occasional, regular services to Los Angeles, but to Los Angeles and Tokyo Haneda as well. And we all know the Tokyo Haneda service is something that was really wonderful, considering the fact that we had the retro livery on the day. Yeah, but wonderful city, Hamburg, as per what I've seen on TV and on YouTube. So I do hope you're having a great time, Clean, and I do believe it's just about the start of summer out there, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Clean. But thank you very much for joining us. I hope you had your dinner and everything's going well and you're excited for the weekend. Not a problem, Clean, no problem. Everything's all good.
Good morning, Chilling, code 814. Chilling, code 814, g'day, cross to bay number 1.
Runway 25, taxi bay 1, code 814.
We do have UA863 coming in from San Francisco.
It's your camera.
Sorry?
How do you use your camera?
The thing with the camera is I happen to get quite a lot of lag. So right now, whatever I'm streaming and talking, after about like say 25-30 seconds is what it's
lag,
yeah. With that one it has a long lag, but I ordered the cam link, actually the Elgato cam link 4K. It's supposed to be arriving tomorrow. So yeah, I'm not going to be even able to stream tomorrow, but maybe the following week I can. I'll give it a test at home. Let's see how it works out with the camera and then do it. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Let us see if we can get the wing flex out there. Ooh, nice touchdown. United service from San Francisco, California.
Okay, Alpha 2, ground 1265.
Hey, Nate, 3 off of you and ground.
Right.
Oh, wow. Put the back check out all.
This is the work computer.
How are you gonna work that one?
Yeah, of all the crazy stuff, right? But yeah, I did my work like late last night, just so that I can log into the system, complete the hours, and that's it.
Okay, to Golf 1 to Bay 50.
Okay, left onto runway 5 and off at Golf 1, gate 50, United 83.
Thank you very much all for joining us.
Mark, reposition.
We just had one 787-9 Dreamliner come in, and here we have another one. How good is that? QF76 from Vancouver.
28 heavy ticket.
Hey, Clean. Yes. So the thing with the slow chat is, as you know, we've been getting quite a lot of those spam from bots and things like that. In the last few weeks, you may have seen it, and that's why we have moderated the chat through Nightbot. So that's one of the things that we have put in place. It's just a safeguard we've put in place, and that does mean that quite a lot of people will be typing a bit slowly. Not typing, I would say, sending the comments slowly. So yeah, if they do try to send, quite a lot of them, like you would have seen last week, we had some crazy people out here. So yeah, those are the things in place, just to make it a good experience for all of us. Hey, Red. Good morning, good morning. Red, we just spoke about you earlier today because you did mention you're going to be here with your wife on the 10th of June. And I'm glad you're back. Red, we did see you on the other stream as well, the stream for Oz Planes earlier this week. That was a wonderful stream, a wonderful... And yes, Red, sorry, I think we did have some network issues and it just dropped off, but we are glad to be back. So Red, yes, we did see you out there. It was a wonderful stream from Oz Planes. Dean was really kind to go out on that rainy day, get those streams. That was wonderful, and that's very kind of him. So, Dean, if you're watching, thank you very much once again. Really appreciate it. As well as at the same time, Red, how's your preparation for your flight to Sydney going? And in fact, how's your overall preparation? I hope you're excited for your journey out here to Sydney. Red, we do want to film your arrival, so hopefully we can film your arrival out here in Sydney on the 10th of June. I do believe you said you're arriving on 10th of June on Qantas's service, Dallas Fort Worth to Sydney. Oh yeah, there you go. That's the one we are talking about, QF8. So yes, it's really going to be nice. We will give it a try, because like I said, you know, it's all weather dependent, and it does seem to be that we may have good weather later on during that time. Even if the weather isn't as good, we will still come over here and maybe at least try capturing on the live stream the arrival of you and your wife on the flight. And maybe if the weather is really bad, we'll just sit in our car and maybe stream live from inside our car. How good is that? You know, we really want to make that quite iconic for you and your wife. So yes, Red, thank you very much for letting us know. We did miss you around the last 2 weeks as we didn't see you, but we are glad to see you once again. And hopefully we will able to capture QF8 today as well as lives. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you all may have seen the chat being moderated automatically by Nightbot, and is to make it a safer place and a much better place for all of us. You know, we don't really want all of that spam action happening that was happening last week. There were certain spammers. In fact, they were bots actually. And yeah, you know, we want to make it a pleasant place for all of you, because I see quite a lot of you. You know, we join different aviation channels. We have Oz Planes, we have Sid Squad, there's a couple of others as well, and we want it to be a pleasant place. We don't really want, you know, to deal with all of that spam thing, and that's the reason, you know, the chat is moderated as such. However, please feel free to, you know, always chat with us. All right, Red says we may see you on the 20th if the weather doesn't permit on the 10th. Hey Red, so what we are trying to do, you know, usually I start my work in office at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. However, what I plan to do on the day on 10th is I plan to come over here, this very same place, get some nice arrival footage of your arrival. And after that, I can drive to office. So yeah, even if the weather is bad, what I will be doing is I will be just parking my car around over here. And from inside my car, I will just stream. As we can see, you know, this is the runway that's being used. However, if it's on the other side of the runway, we will still get a very good view of the plane, as they do come in from somewhere here. And by the time they are, I think, at this taxi point, this exit, do turn around. So yeah, we should be getting a good view. So regardless of if the weather is good or bad, I think we should try making it on the 10th of June. It's going to be really lovely, and we are quite excited. Maybe you can shine your flashlight from the phone. We never really know how it's going to work. If it's runway 34L that is being used like today, then we may not able to see you. But do you know by any chance what your seat number is? Is it like ABC? Are you on the left side of the plane, the right side? That would be HJK, or are you in one of the middle aisle seats?
Sort of taxiway Bravo 1. Velocity 909, approach. Jetstar 50, cross 25, hold short Sierra.
Wow, that's very nice. So Red, you're saying, I appreciate the effort. I will shine the light from seat 35A, second deck of the A380-800. Yeah, cool, 35A. That does seem to be the window on the left side of the plane. And I do believe it's going to be on the wing, if I'm not wrong. I don't really know Qantas's configuration on the A380, but I do believe, because their wings are so huge. So I do believe 35 would still be over the wing. But thank you very much. So yeah, just to give you an idea of what could happen on the 10th red, as you see that we are pointing the camera out here, right? Your seat 35A is on the left-hand side of the plane, which means if runway 34 is being used, we will get a very good look of the left side of the plane, and that does mean we will be able to see you shining your light. However, if it is runway 16 that is being used, we will have the planes coming in from the other side, which means as they arrive out here, we will not be able to see you. But as they reach somewhere around here, they will be turning around and then making their way back that way to the terminal, which means we will still get to see you. So yeah, Red, we are quite excited, and hopefully it's going to be a wonderful one. Hopefully we get to see the nice bright light shining from your phone. Oh yeah, there you go. Thanks for the confirmation. Yeah, because I do believe seat number 35. I've been on Emirates A380 as well as Singapore Airlines, and I do believe that 35 is like somewhere bank center over the wings. That was just my guess, but thank you very much for letting us know. It's going to be wonderful. Yes, clean A380 is wonderful. We do plan to travel on Asiana Airlines A380 later this year. We don't really know how far we will be able to make it, but let us hope for the best. Hey, Tasmanian Nav Geek. Very good morning. How are you? You say you're already tired. Maybe you didn't get good sleep last night or something, or maybe you were busy with one of those basketball games. Is it? But regardless, I hope you have a great weekend, and thank you very much, Tasmanian Nav Geek. We did see you on the other live stream on Runway Sydney Airport as well. So it's always nice to see the same people interact with each other. It's really, really very, very nice. GA714 from Denpasar. Wow, that was a lovely touchdown. Yes, correct, Red. Yes, that's the left side of the plane, and as you can see, what we see on screen right now is the left side of this plane, right? So we will be getting a very good look, regardless of whichever runway is being used. If it's runway 34L, we'll get a very good look out this way. But if runway 16 is used, that's the opposite side. The planes will come in from there, turn around, and then they turn back again this way. So that does mean we get to see a very good view. Hey, Avgeek, the curfew ended exactly at 6. We had Emirates A380 come in from Dubai. That was the first arrival. But as you know, we always speak about that exception to the curfew, wherein we have Singapore Airlines, not Singapore Airlines, Qantas coming in from Singapore Changi, as well as British Airways BA15 coming in from Singapore Changi. Whilst Qantas does arrive quite early, about 5:10 a.m., we did manage to capture British Airways BA15. It was wonderful to see British Airways actually earlier today. It was quite dark, so all we saw is just the tail as such. But that is what we always keep mentioning, that we will get better views of it from about September. That's when the sun rises quite early in the morning. But yes, Tasmanian Nav Geek, we usually have the curfew out here at Sydney Airport from 11 in the night until about 6 in the morning. But having said that, very few people do know that even after the curfew, there are planes that take off and land. Of course, not something like a 737 or anything bigger than that. But there are smaller planes out there which do go to regional areas and things like that. We do have quite a lot of them. So yeah. And having said that, during the curfew, the ATC is still manned for safety reasons. Because as you all know, we have flights going into Auckland, New Zealand, and all across the world. But then the services to Auckland are the ones that usually fly high up above Sydney and Australia. So in case of emergencies, they always need to be out here. As well as, you know, the curfew does provide exceptions to aircraft that do need to depart or arrive due to emergency.
The red one's coming out shortly.
Yeah. Let us see. So on your f2.8, when you film, like let's say it's pitch black, right? Like how it was earlier this morning. How do you end up getting the images?
Just 500 Just 500 to be tackling. 3 cross
So this was the Emirates 777, and then that's that Qantas 330.
Wow.
So this is at f2.8.
Yeah. That is
quite,
superb.
Quite a lot of light.
Yeah, right. That's very nice.
Yeah. I'm just not very good at videoing.
No, good. It takes a bit of time, but then I think, yeah, it should be good.
Also this fluid head, terrible.
Why?
Absolutely.
500 wind 25 degrees, none.
See how it's not smooth? That's completely loose.
So was it that way from the beginning, or?
Yeah. Like try moving it. Completely loose. There's no friction on the.
Oh yeah, right. So no matter if you change whatever over here, nothing, right? Yeah. That is a thing.
Really terrible one.
Yeah, maybe you can. I don't know which. Okay, let me just check Amazon. I got one recently. This one came along with the thing. Oh, hold on. Forgot the name of this. This is quite a cheap one. I think 148 or something. Oh, here my Elgato thing. Arriving tomorrow. There's a fluid head. Oh, here you go. Newer tripod fluid head. But I don't think it's going to take the weight of your lens because your lens would be quite heavy. But yeah, how much is this?
That's not this one, right?
No, not this one. This is for another one because usually sometimes if I'm streaming just at home or sometimes I do plan to stream from the car if it's raining or something, so might as well just keep it on the dashboard. But this one came along with it. Even this one is newer actually. So yeah, but this one may not able to take the weight. Max load 4 kg. Definitely yours will be, yeah.
And how much was this one?
I think this was 148 or something, not too long ago.
Do you reckon this is any good or not really?
This seems to be lovely because when I film, you know, when I'm just filming, not for live shows or something, it's pretty good actually. Let us see. All right, here you go, 29th October. Oh yeah, 148.
It's smooth?
It's smooth, yeah, give it a go.
Oh.
And I still have it at a tight setting. If I loosen it up, it's like much better.
So much nicer. Oh my word.
Yeah. Maybe with the newer thing, I'm not too sure if you could get. So let me see if they have another one that's 2026. Apply. Oh.
Hello,
really
guys.
So much
GM35. All right, we do have one GM35. Max is 5 kgs, but I still think 5 kg wouldn't be enough, right?
I mean, for the price of that, I can get this whole thing.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Much better than that.
Yeah, I mean for the lens, yes, because the lens is quite heavy actually.
Yeah,
maybe you can go for this one and stuff like that. The only thing is, like I said, you know, I already have rust, and that is because of the water when it fell that time. But yeah, apart from that, seems to be pretty good. You get?
We'll see how many videos I end up making.
Yeah, but then I really loved your videos, you know, because looking at the editing, I'm telling you, even after so many years, I just can't do that much. But then
It takes so long though.
it does,
That
yeah.
was 2 days of 8 hours.
Yeah, because I saw the length, I was like, okay, it would have taken quite a long time.
That was what, 12 views or something?
But then, you know, for the wave fact.
So
Yeah.
that's what I was going to ask you. How do you grow your channel?
Okay, so the thing is, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just having a chat with Matt. Matt will be on the channel later today. So we are just sharing a few things. Matt's one of our really great supporters out here. So we don't really have much of the planes. As you all know, it's 6 a.m. and it is one of those times when there's a bit of a lull out here. But we will be capturing that A380. Alrighty, so you see, the thing is, I used to do only videos earlier. Ooh, what's happening? Okay, I just used to do videos earlier.
Yeah.
But then the thing with videos is, people can watch it and YouTube pushes out videos even like maybe 3-4 years down the line, okay?
Yeah.
With shorts, you see the shorts do quite well because, you know, the younger generation and all, and everyone just wants to like, yeah. So the thing is, shorts give you a lot of the subscribers. So most of our subscribers come from shorts and live sessions, but with shorts you don't have as much of earning potential. Unless you're like someone like Mr. Beast or something where you have, you know, that many million of views.
Yeah.
But yeah, with videos is something that you can. But yes, for me, the channel grew with one of a very crazy video. I was traveling, you know, the Dubai service that we just saw.
Yeah.
One day in 2022, I just thought, you know, I'm going to film it. Let me just do it. I'm not showing my face, nothing, just boarding experience, the food, the takeoff, and this, that. I posted it. Not one of the best videos, not one of the best editing, nothing at all. Just the simplest that I could do. People went crazy over it. I was like 4,000 in one day. It's like something's happening up. And then, yeah, then I did quite a lot of them. Singapore Airlines, traveling here, there, and all. So people do seem to be wanting to know something more about aviation as such.
Do you want to get this fella?
Oh yeah, cool. Let's get that one. Thank you. Oh, Red says hello to Matt. We will get Matt on camera shortly.
So Victor Yankee 25.
Hey, Tasmanian AvGeek. No, Runway Sydney Airport doesn't seem to be out here. Not at this very moment, at least. I'm not too sure if I have missed him, but as far as I see, no, we don't.
Ambulance 214 Golf.
All right, QF12 from Los Angeles to Sydney. Yes, Red, there it is on screen. Los Angeles service. QF12 registered as VHOQA. I have also mentioned this quite many times. VHOQA usually does the honors for the Los Angeles service, and this is the very same plane that we also spotted at Los Angeles whilst we were there at Westchester. That is just outside In-N-Out Burger. And you all know this is the very same plane, the first plane of Qantas, the A380, and engine number 1, I believe, on QF32 from Singapore Changi, November 4th, 2010, is when it had an uncontained engine failure. We are glad that it's back. It's christened as Nancy Bird Walton. Woohoo! Alrighty, DL41 with the 100-year anniversary Delta Airlines. We'll get a very good look of it as they do taxi past in front of us to Terminal 1. This is for the second time that we are capturing it out here on our channel.
Cross runway 25, left hotel, hold Yankee, your bay is occupied.
Cross 25, left hotel, Yankee, Qantas 12.
Yes, number 25, enter runway 0, hold short of Alpha.
Runway 07 and hold short of just 165.
Yeah, good to see it. We can see a bit of that livery out here, but it's going to get much better as they come closer to us.
590, hold short.
But nice to see that. Yeah. So the thing is, I do believe that, you know, if you want to post something about how to capture aviation videos and stuff like that, like you posted the one yesterday, that seems to be like quite interesting. Like personally, because I have never really been into air shows and all, but then yesterday after you mentioned, I was like, okay, has to be something, let's say, to do. So I do think that people would love to know more about that. But at the same time, you know, what you could do is maybe when you went to the air show, right, you were filming horizontally. Maybe you can film horizontally because, you know, that is something that YouTube actually pushes out for years to come. The shorts, you will post it today for like, say, 3 to 4 days, you know, if it's quite popular, people will be watching. 1 month down the line, you check the analytics, people are not watching at all because it's just gone out of the thing. But the thing is, it does help you get quite a lot of subscribers. So maybe you've got a particular scene or something. After that, maybe just turn your camera and stuff like that. But if you don't have time, what you can do is, you know, when you're editing at home, just crop it. Yeah, easier that way. I used to do it earlier as well, but now I've literally gone to shorts.
Silver, they're on your left there, they're going south on Alpha.
Alrighty, Red. There's another one for you, DL41 from Los Angeles. Not too far from you, I believe. I think it's a 2-hour journey, if I'm not wrong, from Dallas-Fort Worth to Los Angeles. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I've never really been to Texas as such, I think. Yeah, but it's going to be wonderful. However, thank you very much, Red, for joining us. You know, we are always appreciative of the fact. Always appreciative of the fact. And thank you very much, Clean. Wishing you a very, very good night. Thank you for joining us. We hope you have a great Friday night. And it's going to be a pleasure to host you yet again on another day on our live stream. What we see on screen, DL41.
41, hold short runway 5.
Full front runway 25, 41. Hey, Grant, on us, 590, just to confirm we are cleared across Alpha Sierra.
Oh, okay, 2.5 to 3 hours depending on the time of the year to Los Angeles from Dallas-Fort Worth. Cool. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. I thought it was about 2, but yeah, I'm literally wrong on that one. So it does mean that it's slightly further than what I would have actually thought. So, but regardless, you know, it's going to be wonderful. We have a couple of our colleagues who work with us, and they are from Dallas. In fact, right now there are a couple of them. Earlier, I think up to about the end of 2024, we had quite a lot of colleagues from Dallas-Fort Worth. You know, we have a lot of international people working with us, and yeah, but really wonderful people. They do tell us how things are like exceptionally large in Texas as such. So yeah, it's anyone's dream to visit, and hopefully we can. You know, I would really love to be out there. Let us see, but you know, we are glad that you are visiting Sydney, hoping we can get a very good view on the day of your plane. Alright, VA68 Virgin Australia coming in from Denpasar. Wow.
Aussie 50, hold short 25.
25, Aussie 505.
14, follow Virgin and Charlie.
Virgin on Charlie, ambulance 2-4.
Lost 05, your number 1 ambulance on your left. 25, hold short Sierra.
Cross 25, hold short Sierra, Aussie 5. Okay, Grant, on us 590, do you want us to put in about those stop parts?
Another thing with YouTube is, I don't know whether you already have the post tab on YouTube, because I do believe that when you just start, maybe you don't have it, but then later on you do end up getting it. So yeah, so if you okay, just click on the plus button. Okay. Oh yeah, you do have it. So you know, behind the scenes or something, if you can click, so like say we are here today, right? Just click your thing, your setup and stuff like that. People sometimes they want to know more of the technicalities as such. That is something I have not done, but I used to do it earlier on Instagram. But then that was on my personal account. But then, yeah, people do want to know. So that is one thing you can be like, oh, yeah, this is the settings and all. And since you're so much into, the settings and how you edited it, that is one thing a lot of people, they don't know. And not a lot of people want to go into that research part of it. They just want to be like, oh, yeah, that guy's photo was nice. What setting did he use? And then if you're going to be mentioning it right away, I used f2.8 or f4.6 or whatever, and so, and what were the conditions? People are really attracted to such things. So that is one thing you could try. Yeah. But yeah, give shorts a go. shorts are like...
This post is done really well. So I might post that and see how it goes.
Yes.
Terrible video, but it's
No.
well.
I'm telling you, if you look at my shots, right now at least they are like slightly better. But if you look at the ones from June, they are like super bad. I filmed them from Shep's Mound, and I was using the f11 lens. It's just a prime lens, no zoom, nothing. Yeah. So literally you're so zoomed in into the planes. And if you see the shake, because I was using it handheld, and one of those planes, one of those videos, they came up with 15,000 views. I was like, what really happened there? So yeah, but give shots a go, because I think with the type of editing and stuff that you do, should really work well.
I hope so.
Yeah, good luck with it.
You see.
No, it should work well actually. All right, Red does say,
Star 155.
I watched the QF Flight 8 coming into Sydney, takeoff from Dallas Fort Worth last night, this morning 12 a.m. in Texas. Oh, okay. Wait, with Runway, DFW was doing live stream last night and captured QF8 takeoff at the end of his broadcast. Whoa, okay. We did not actually view any of the things, but yeah, we would love to see Runway Dallas Fort Worth's channel as well. But yeah, last night we were quite busy. In fact, Red, this morning we were not even supposed to be streaming, for the very fact that, we usually stream most likely on a Sunday. But yeah, we also had some crazy weather last week, the week before, a lot of rain and things like that. So we thought we might as well give it a try today, and we are glad that we could do it. So in a way, that is good for us. Red, as we speak, we do see QF8 Dallas Fort Worth to Sydney service coming in. Should arrive in another 10 minutes.
Lindo 162, push approved.
Oh yes, Red, indeed. When it rains, it's total crazy. So what happened is on Tuesday, that is this past Tuesday, I had a day off from work, and I thought the best that I could do is be streaming live. And that is what I had planned and promised all of the viewers earlier as well, that we would be streaming live on Tuesday, which is the 26th of May, 2026. And I wake up quite early. I come here to the airport. I reach here, I think, a little after 6 in the morning. And it's raining, so we didn't really set up a tripod and stuff like that. We just thought we'll start filming planes, but we just couldn't film. We stayed on and off out here, I think, until about 11:30, and that's when we just gave up, because in that time, in like 5.5 hours that we were here, we could just film 3 planes, for the very fact that the rain was on and off, and it just wasn't working. So after 5.5 hours, since nothing really worked out, and we were at the tail end of the departure peak as well, as you know, most of the departures here at Sydney, most of the international departures here at Sydney, I should say, they do end at about 12 p.m. in the afternoon. So yeah, we couldn't really get much. So it did make us quite a bit disappointed and things like that. But yeah, we should be good today. Hopefully the weather doesn't change suddenly. Oh yes, Red, around 10 to 14 should be pretty good. I think you are going to enjoy the weather, have a nice good time out here, and we really hope you're going to have some nice good food and things like that. I don't really know whether you would enjoy the food out here, considering the fact that a lot of people say the United States has much better food, and that includes me as well. You know, I was in New York, I was in Los Angeles last year. It was really wonderful. So yes, in a way, I don't really know what you would say about the food, but don't get me wrong, you know, Sydney has some great food options as well, but more often than not, at least outside my workplace, I end up getting disappointed. But you know, it is, I think it's like you need to find a good place. Out where I work, I don't really think we do have much choices as such, and maybe that's the reason for my disappointment. But I do know there are quite a lot of places where you can really get good food in Sydney, and I do hope you can give them a try. I do hope you can go visit the Sydney Opera House, the Harbour Bridge. That's going to be iconic. Get some pictures, film it, click some pictures, and yeah, tag us on Instagram. Tag us on Instagram if you're on Instagram, Red. Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, give it a try. You should try out the oysters here. Now with oysters, I know there's a mixed opinion. Some people like it, some don't. Some people like having it raw. Some people like having it, you know, nice and deep fried. So just see what works best for you, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have a great time. I wish you all the best, mates. I wish you all the best. But yeah, before anything else, we do hope we can capture your arrival out here. VJ 85.
So Alpha, hold International 3.
We are Jet Air with the Coca-Cola livery. We captured it last week, last Saturday, as part of our filming day. The video is still not out on our channel, but here you go. Today it's on the live stream, and I believe it's the second time it's on the live stream out here.
Aussie 521, approved. Minus 162 left to runway 25 and hold 34 left. Vacating contact ground 16.5.
2000, reduced to 230 knots.
1.
1.4 runway 34 left and Bravo to Charlie 1, Pug Red Bravo.
0, cross runway 34 left, hold short of Charlie.
On Alpha 1, cross 34 left, hold short of Charlie.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just attach our ND filter right now as it's getting a bit brighter. So alright, and like we said, we are back. Oh yes, Red does say oysters and seafood rock. We hope to enjoy our experience in Sydney, visiting the Opera House, Harbour Bridge and more. Yes, indeed. I hope you have a really great time. I hope you both have a great time, you know. Enjoy as much as you can in Sydney. Of course, you know, the only thing is you may not get as much daylight because we are in winter right now. So I think yesterday the sun set at about 56 minutes or 55 minutes past 4. So, you know, it's typically one of those eastern United States winter sort of thing as of now. Of course, the temperatures are much better than what you could expect in New York during winter, but yeah, with the daylight, there's not much that you may get. However, please enjoy, you know, it's going to be a wonderful time.
Keep right in the corner, for the golf, like Yellow Bravo. Excellent.
Jetstar 02, cross 34 left, straight ahead, Juliet. I'll give you further.
Cross 34 left, straight ahead, Juliet, is that?
Qantas 162, cross runway 34 left, right at Yankee Bay 30.
Let's get ready. Wow, look at the cloud formations out there.
Oscar 03, cross runway 25 and taxi.
Yes, Red, I do believe you will be out here in Sydney for 10 days, if I'm not mistaken. I think that is what you told us last time, Red, that you will be here for 10 days. And I do hope everything goes well in those 10 days. Hoping you all can enjoy, have a wonderful time, enjoy the food, enjoy the natural wonders, you know. There's Blue Mountains. Blue Mountains is a bit too far from Sydney, I would say. I think about a 3-hour drive based on where you would be staying. But, you know, I still hope you can visit a lot of those natural wonders. In fact, I haven't been to quite a lot of them till date, you know, because we are so busy with work and YouTube and other things as such with the businesses. So yeah, that is something we haven't got much time, but hopefully we can do it in future. So I do hope, you know, the very fact that you're coming in from so far away from the United States and, you know, such a long journey and things like that, we do hope everything goes well. So yeah, fingers crossed. And there you are, Red. We do have QF8 coming in from Dallas Fort Worth on the A380. This is the exact scene that we want to capture on the day you arrive. Oh yes. In about, I think, 12 days from now, you will be on that flight, Red.
Killing 27 Delta. Down.
Whoa, that was nice. What a wonderful touchdown.
Killing 19 Delta, hold Charlie 1. Jetstar 2 left onto runway 25, short of taxiway Golf 2.
25, hold short of previous
Singapore 12, taxi Golf, hold short of that.
Taxi Golf, passing about 12.
Right, clear to independent visual coach.
Nice.
13, taxi received.
That is what your arrival may look like, Red.
Hold short of Golf.
It will be good to get that one. Let us just pan around. Look at the ATC. We haven't given it much coverage today. Yes, Red, that touchdown looked like super awesome. And did you see them smoking the wheels? It was lovely. You don't always see it that smooth because sometimes, or perhaps I would say most of the time, you would see A380s landing and then they would have a slight bit of bounce where, you know, they just go a bit higher and then back to the ground as such. But this one was really, really super smooth.
Qantas 8, International 1 to gate 8.
Grand Q, 161 Delta, about 69.
161 Delta, hold short, by the way.
All right, AC-33 coming in from Vancouver. Not before we get that one. We do have a out there first. QLK coming in from Dubbo.
65.
Just a 49-50 minute flight. Oh yeah, and then we do have Asiana Airlines coming in later today. Wow, there's quite a lot of them. Whoa, we do have Vietnam Airlines coming in with the Sky Team livery. That is something we have not ever captured on our live stream. So that will be wonderful. Really excited for that one. Ooh! The A350. We have the 15 National Games livery.
What time's that? 8:25.
Yeah. I think,
Oh,
yeah,
9
delayed
o'clock?
at 9. Yeah.
I have to
Wow.
leave at 9.
Oh, really? Oh, come on. Wow. Okay, so Red and everyone, thank you very much for joining. As we were having a chat with Matt, we were also having a check at having a look at flight radar, and it did seem to be that the A350 of China Southern Airlines that we just spoke about earlier today on their 15th, with their 15th National Games livery, is arriving in Sydney. We didn't know that. What a pleasant surprise for us. That's really going to be wonderful.
551, hold short on 4 left, contact ground on 6, decimal 5. Also 3, 4 left, ground 5, Good, 27 Delta City, ground, good morning, taxi across runway 25 to Bravo. Singapore 12 on Alpha 5. Just go. 4212, Alpha, hold short, runway 2.
Thank you, Alpha, hold short, runway 2,
25,
Oh, yes, indeed, Red. And in fact, thank you very much. You know, it is never really possible without you all. And for the very fact that, Red, you know, you have been on our live stream earlier as well, and you were quite supportive as well as today. We are really happy to have you out here.
taxi to 69.
All right, yeah, Red does say when we land and taxi, my wife and I will shine our lights in an effort to be seen. Thanks for all of the enthusiastic support for our trip to Sydney and beyond. And yes, thank you very much, Red. In fact, it is not only us, it's in fact each and every one of you joining us. As we have always said, you know, so we are based in Sydney, but we have quite an international audience. We have quite a lot of viewers from Japan, because earlier this year we were at Tokyo Haneda, Tokyo Narita. Tokyo Narita was just 2 streams. One was like in pitch black darkness for the most part. Another one was the next morning from Tokyo Narita Terminal 1. We had quite a lot of streams from Tokyo Haneda, and we have had crazy amount of love and support, just like the way you're supporting us. So thank you very much. We cannot really expect anything more than, you know, the presence. That is all that we need. So yeah, thank you very much, and we do hope to see you and your wife. Hopefully it's not as much of a sunny day as today. You see how it works. We don't want it to be as sunny on the day you arrive, because if it's way too sunny, we may end up missing the flashlights as such. But yeah, still feel free to flash your lights. It would be wonderful. And don't worry, the flight attendants or anyone else are now going to think you're weird. In fact, we've had 2 of the first officers from Cathay Pacific on CX111 that reached out to us on Instagram asking us whether we had raw footage of the stream we did about 4 weeks ago. Sadly, we don't really keep any raw footage of the live streams, because as you know, our live streams are like literally way too long, about 6 hours, 7 hours, and I think at one point in time we reached even 8 hours. But yeah, you know, the very fact that a lot of cabin crew, a lot of flight deck, that's the pilot and the co-pilot, they keep watching us and they love watching our replays. That really speaks volumes. So, you know, whatever happens, we just hope we can get a very good view of your arrival, Red. Red, just you know, I will zoom out a bit. I want to show you what I plan to do. Okay, so this is my car. That's the Honda Civic. So if in case it's raining, I will be seated out here. Of course, this is not the driver's seat because in Australia we sit on the right-hand side. So what I would do is I would sit here, keep my small tripod and fluid head out there, and then try filming. Of course, right now I park my car here, but you can park out there as well. So I will park over there. This is in case if it's raining, and I will get a very good view from here of the runways. So that is what I plan to do if in case we have one of those bad weather days, but if not, we'll just be nice outside. Alrighty, Singapore Airlines SQ212. Oh, that's Boeing 777-300ER.
Just switch to ground now, 1268, please.
Thank you. All right, very special thanks to Aviation with Matt. Matt has pointed us out to the newest toy out here that we have.
Jetstar 202, ground, taxi Golf 163. 2422 Delta City ground, g'day, taxi. Runway 25 to 18.
Sydney to Melbourne service, Virgin Australia, the 150th Boeing 737 livery.
Hold short, runway 25 dash.
Not often do you see something like that on Virgin Australia, so yeah, it is a celebration and I'm glad we can get all of this for you. No worries, Red, no worries, we always are happy to do that. In fact, last week we did capture the departure of one of our viewers, mom, who was traveling to Ballina, and her name is Louis. Louis was quite excited and requested us if we could capture the departure of her mom on the flight, and we did. As well as, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had Jaikin and his wife traveling out of Sydney, and we were able to get a very good view of the plane. So we love doing that, and we do have another viewer of ours who lives here in Sydney, and he's a regular viewer. You may see him commenting later on in the stream if he is free today. He is Jeff, and Jeff went for his cousin's wedding to Los Angeles. We couldn't capture his departure on the day because he did depart during one of the weekdays and we were in office, but we did capture his arrival on DL41 Delta Airlines on the A350. Of course, it was no special livery as such, but yeah, we were quite surprised because he did not have a wonderful experience traveling on Delta. But, for the price, I would say, it was like really competitive compared to Qantas as such. Now, don't get me wrong, even Qantas has some really good deals at times, but airlines usually try being competitive. Sometimes they'll maybe play on price, sometimes on the timing of the flights and stuff like that. But yeah, it was nice. So, we did capture Jeff's arrival as well. So yeah, quite a lot of that action happening, and we don't really mind. We hope we can get some really good view of the plane on the day you arrive. Red? Asiana Airlines, Boeing 777. Well, what we are watching right now is history in the making, because this will remain on our channel for quite some time. And maybe in a few years from now, these Boeing 777s may just be painted in Korean Air livery. For those of you who don't know, Korean Air and Asiana Airlines will be merging later this year. December 17th, to be precise, is when all of the assets of Asiana Airlines will be taken over by Korean Air. Yeah, but I do say a few years because it's not such that once Korean Air takes over, then the planes are just going to be painted right away. They do take time, and they won't be going specially inside for a paint job. It does depend on what the future of those planes are. Secondly, it also depends on when their maintenance check is. So let's say if their maintenance check is in another 2-3 years, the heavy maintenance, they won't be painting it until then. So yeah, that's how it is. As you all know, we've seen Qantas's new livery, the current livery, for quite some time, but we will still see quite a lot of those older planes, or maybe the A330s, which don't have the current livery. They still have the older livery. Same with the Boeing not 777, the Boeing 737s. So yes, there's quite a lot to it actually.
Correct. 56 suggesting you go taxi and hold short runway 25.
Yes, correct, Red, correct. You're so very spot on that one. There's no direct service from Dallas-Fort Worth to Sydney and vice versa. Nothing from Sydney to Dallas-Fort Worth apart from Qantas. And Qantas has really good demand. I do know Qantas used to use the A380 from Sydney to Dallas-Fort Worth until about COVID hit. And then after COVID, the demand actually went out quite a bit. And then, once... Oh, where's the noisy bird? There you go. Yeah, but once the international borders did open up and stuff like that, Qantas used the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner to Dallas-Fort Worth for quite some time because the demand was not as much. But as demand picked up and got back to pre-COVID levels, Qantas had to reintroduce the A380. In fact, it was at once pointed out that Qantas may not use the A380 ever for its flights to Dallas-Fort Worth. Of course, they use their flights to the A380 for their flights to Los Angeles, but to Dallas-Fort Worth is what they thought that they will make it a permanent addition of the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. However, they were forced to change it, because there's so many people traveling from Sydney to Dallas and vice versa. Now, quite a lot of people have asked us whether it's like, people ending their trips out there, ending their journeys out there in Dallas. But no, that's not the case. There's quite a lot of people, there's quite a lot of Aussies who live out there in Dallas and the surrounding area. But there are quite a lot of people who want to travel to the East Coast and, maybe not even further east, but let's say somewhere inland United States, and they prefer the Dallas service because, you're in the next 17 hours out after leaving from Sydney, you're out there in Dallas and, you get the whole day back because of the time difference, and then maybe spend another 2-3 hours for your domestic flight. Singapore Airlines, SQ212. Yes, correct, Red. I'm not too sure if you were at the airport because we did see quite a lot of that news on TV, and it did show us that there were people who were so excited to see Qantas's A380 coming into Dallas-Fort Worth. I do believe one of the news articles mentioned, but I'm not too sure how far that is true. Thank you, Matt. Yes, so let us capture the departure of the 150th Boeing 737. What a wonderful way to capture this.
Mound 103. Window 172, line up, runway 34 left.
Yeah, that's the 150th Boeing 737 livery. And that is nice. And yes, Red, like we were having a chat, one of the news articles, I think they did mention that there's no other A380 service that does come in as regularly as Qantas to Dallas-Fort Worth. I don't know how far that is true. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I've never really checked much of Dallas-Fort Worth services as such. So yeah, I'm not too sure, but I do believe that Qantas flies it every single day to Dallas-Fort Worth. So that's the thing. Hey Adele, welcome. Good morning, Adele. How are you doing? Hoping everything's well with you. Adele, we did have a chat, this morning as we were discussing, and we did bring up your name into the chat as well because we were talking about, a lot of time differences and how we have a global audience out here, even though we are based in Sydney. And yeah, you're one of the persons who keeps watching us quite regularly from Canada. So, quite excited to see you out here. Thank you very much, Adele. Hoping everything's well with you. And hoping we can get some really good action for you, Adele, today. Oh yes, Red, tell me about it. I do know Dallas Fort Worth is positioned quite well out there. And American Airlines, United, I'm not too sure whether United is like even close in the number of services it operates from Dallas Fort Worth, but I do know American Airlines could be on a totally different level. Like now, having said that, I just recollected that I haven't seen American Airlines AA73 come in today. I'm not too sure whether it's late or what exactly, but yeah, let us see how that works. Alright, we have a special livery coming in, VN 773 coming in from Ho Chi Minh City on the A350-900. That's the SkyTeam livery.
Taxi on Lima, hold short 4 left. Lima, hold short 3-4 left. New Zealand 221, contact ground 16, state civil 5. 1665, New Zealand 221. Elba, hold short Golf 2. A is currently occupied. Golf 2, ground New Zealand 221, 3-4 left. New Zealand 221, Sydney ground. White Alpha, sorry, reposition approved. Line 1 to domestic 1 Alpha, report clear. Taxi please. 221 on Lima, right, cross runway 34 left, taxi Alpha, full short Juliet. Keep speed up, Lima, on Lima.
Yeah, wonderful. For the first time on our live stream is what we've captured, the SkyTeam livery, and it looks wonderful. Very nice. Yeah. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the live stream. I'm glad you all are joining us this morning on 30th of May 2026. It is 48 minutes past 7 in the morning, and really appreciate your presence with us. Thank you so very much. Like I did mention earlier today on the stream, we have moderated our chat through Nightbot for the very fact that we want to keep the comment section a very nice and pleasant place for all of us, as well as, we don't really want to have all the other spamming bots and things like that. And that's the reason why you may see that you may not able to send messages in quick succession. However, that is nothing against you or anything as such. It is a automated thing that prevents the it prevents the spamming bots as such. However, at the same time, also do want to mention that if you all are enjoying our stream and if you aren't able to comment, the reason is because we are in a subscriber only mode wherein only subscribers can comment on our live streams, which does make it quite an inclusive thing and a safe place for all of us, not only for us streaming out here and bringing the show to you, as well as for all of you as well, because we do know that a lot of you visit us on our live streams ever so often to enjoy yourselves, to have a positive time, to see what's happening out here in Sydney, to just have a chat, to share with us your travel plans and stuff like that. And the least what any one of you would expect is to have one of those negative comments, spoiling the mood and the vibrant nature of the stream. So yeah, for that very matter, it's only the subscribers who can comment. So yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, please subscribe, and it would really be nice, share it with your mates. We would really enjoy it. Want to come on camera? Yeah. Want to have a chat or something, or like?
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Maybe you can just talk about your channel and stuff. Ooh. Well, is that a lens cover or the lens?
No, that's the ND filter.
Oh, okay, cool, okay. Yeah, maybe just whatever. I'll get the mic out.
24 on runway 25, they're just tagged via the runway vacation.
Alright, here you are. So is this the GoPro, is it?
This is the DJI. Let me figure out.
Yeah, go.
Alright, all over the shot.
Yeah. Alrighty, Red says British Airways just started A380 service, daily A380 service from Dallas to Dallas from London Heathrow this past week, replacing the 787 that they were using previously. Wow, I would say that is a dream. Usually that is not something we get to see. I mean, of course, British Airways 787, we see it all the time, but the A380, I have never ever seen it in real life, never ever. You know, again, I've been to places like Los Angeles, and I think one of our viewers told us last week that British Airways does use their A380 service to Los Angeles. I think I was just not there at the right time because I didn't happen to see it at all whatsoever. So that is something I would really want to see later on. We do plan to travel to San Francisco and Los Angeles later this year. Hopefully we are lucky enough, and let us see how that works. Oh yeah, really, that's nice, you know, to have British Airways out there. So yeah. Ready?
Oh, am I on?
Yeah, go, that's fine. Alrighty, so as you all know, it's 7:52 a.m. and we have always mentioned it many times earlier as well, that this is lull time out here in Sydney. So what we will do is now we will have a chat with Matt, who has been a great person to meet with, to have a great time with, and I will pan around the camera, I'll turn around the camera and let's have a chat with Matt. And here you are.
G'day.
Matt. Yeah, that is Matt. This is me, Sheldon. Nice to see you all.
Is this your first time on camera?
No, I've been on the camera many times. Yeah, many times. But yeah, usually on the live streams is something that I'm not always out here. But yeah, this is Matt. Really wonderful. I think the first time I met Matt was on 14th of April out there. And yeah, you were with your tripod and
Full setup.
yeah, it was really nice. And in fact, that was the first day I got my Canon 100 to 400mm lens.
That's right, you were testing it out and you were going with it.
And you know, the best thing about filming on that day was, you know, we had the sunrise quite early. I think you have it about 6 o'clock or something. So that's really wonderful. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Matt. I've been talking to Matt since early this morning. Matt's joined us like even before we started streaming. So that is really nice. In fact, Matt is the person who showed me the runway 16 lookout point. That is something I didn't know. I knew a lot of people, you know, a lot of streamers, a lot of people stream from there, they film from there, but I didn't really know. But Matt was kind enough to take me out there on the 19th of April. So yeah, really very nice.
I mean, you've repaid the favor by bringing me here, so.
Nah, but literally, I thought you would have known this place because, you know, if you see any special aircraft coming in, especially the A340 that came in late October last year, there were people standing on this retaining wall. The whole view was actually blocked. It's like that popular. And for the very fact, I didn't know an A340 was arriving on the day.
That's right, yeah. That was a happenstance, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was like lucky enough. But yeah, so Matt, just let viewers know what all you do, what's your passion, and you know, just let them know about your channel and your Instagram as well.
Oh my God, the passion.
Yeah.
Obviously aviation, but the photography side of things. So I normally do stills, trying to get into video. He's helping me massively. So, you know, I get the wins where I can. But I'm more of a kind of follow along and learn how to do everything. I've only been doing it for a year, so everyone's kind of getting in the same way as me and we're learning together. But yeah, Aviation with Matt, if you want to kind of follow along on Instagram, maybe soon on YouTube, depending if I can work out how that system works. But yeah, just happy to be here, really.
Yeah, thank you so much. And like you know, Matt did mention about YouTube. Matt has shared some really good technical things out there on how to edit your photos. And Matt just posted a video yesterday, I believe, and that is in regard to what to do and what not to do at live show, like an air show, a live air show as such. So yeah, go watch it. In fact, I've never been to an air show as such, but you know, the very fact that I know Matt and I got the notification on YouTube, I just watched it, and you know, it was quite a learning experience. Hopefully someday when I go to a real air show, I can put it to good use. So yeah, go have a look, watch it. You know, Matt has just started with YouTube, so yeah, wishing him all the luck, and at the same time, he has quite a lot of technical knowledge. I'll just span around and show
we got
you
the cafe. Right?
Yeah, Matt's setup as such. You're going to be impressed with what you see out here.
I don't know if impressed is the right word, but I'll take it.
I mean, considering the fact what equipment I use, yeah, it's like totally the thing.
It's only 200 mil bigger, it's fine.
Yeah, but the aperture is like on a totally different level, f2.8, and
yeah, f2.8 on the other lens, not this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, got the Sigma 150 to 600.
oh, that's the Sigma, is
That's
it?
the Sigma on now.
Okay.
Now that there's enough light, finally.
Yeah.
And then the Z8 body helping there.
Ooh, the Nikon Z8.
Nikon Z8.
That's nice.
Only the best for Aviation with Matt.
Yeah. And where's your other lens? Oh, okay.
It's back in the car.
Oh, okay.
I gave up.
And that's Matt's car, a lovely looking car, and lovely.
It's the last time you'll see it. It's being sold, so.
Oh really? Oh, okay.
Sad.
Yeah, let us get the timestamp. 2 hours and 18 minutes into the stream, we will go home and get a screenshot of this one, Matt's car. So yeah, but yeah, really nice to have a chat with Matt. You can see Matt in his element right now, trying to get some nice shots out here at Sydney Airport. As you all know, we are at the base of the ATC tower. Alrighty, 2 hours and 18 minutes yet again. I think this is going to be the most iconic of the lot. So we will be getting a screenshot of Matt in his pure natural element. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls watching us from everywhere in the world, this is Matt. Matt's really been instrumental. Matt's shared some really good things with us, and you know, can't really be thankful enough to Matt. Really very happy. Really very happy. Look at Matt. I mean, we aren't even looking at the planes anymore. Yeah. Yeah, that's so nice. So yeah, Matt's wife, if you're watching us, yeah, this is Matt. Really great person. I'm pretty sure you're lucky enough to know him.
Is she watching, is she?
Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
Hopefully she's asleep as she's meant to be.
Really?
Yeah.
But
Take
yeah,
that.
this is Matt. Great person. And thank you very much, mates, for joining us. Thank you.
My pleasure. Now we've got the Cathay taking off.
Yeah, let us get Cathay Pacific. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we will be zooming in once again.
My word.
And where are we? Alrighty, that is Cathay Pacific. I believe that is CX110, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed, CX110. Oh, Bella says hi to Matt. Yeah.
G'day, Bella.
Ooh, got that rotation. Very nice. Very nice. The other rotation that we are waiting for is Emirates A380, the service to Christchurch. That is one other wonderful one. All right, we've got quite a few compliments out here. Red from Dallas Fort Worth says, "Good day, Matt, and welcome to the channel." Red also says, "It's great to see you all collaborating and sharing expertise to improve your content presentations." Yeah, indeed, indeed. I tell you, I've met quite a lot of people around since last year that, I started filming for this channel and stuff like that. And Matt's one of the persons that is always, pleasurable and, very pleasant to meet and have a chat with. So, yeah. Let us get Matt once again out here. Selfie wide. Ooh.
Look, I don't know if I'm always pleasurable. I need a coffee to start the day, and that'll be nice. I think you've gotten me once with no coffee, and I was a bit grumpy. But
oh, really? Yeah. I can't really recollect. I think this is the third time I've met you. The first time was September. Like we met over there, and then you showed me the place. And
street race to the next place.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any other place, but we do need to find our places to spot from at Western Sydney. With Western Sydney.
Yeah.
What are you planning to do?
Look, I don't know. I've got loyalty to Sydney Airport.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll do Western Sydney.
Yeah.
But they are doing quite a lot of flights going from there. I wonder if Starlinks is going to be...
Oh, yes. You never know.
Well, they announced yesterday that they're here. So I'm not sure if they're going to do Sydney Airport as well as Western Sydney or just Sydney. We'll see. It'll be tricky.
Yeah, that is true. And how about, do you plan to travel just for the heck of it to get a feel of the terminal and stuff like that? Or?
Look, I'm sure I will. Thankfully, I live in between the two airports, it's kind of... New Zealand is going to do the first one.
Yeah, correct.
With obviously some domestic from Qantas.
Yeah.
And then, we'll have to wait to see what the final lineup is going to be.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see the transport options as well, because
there's no light rail. Sorry, there's no train at all.
Correct.
Buses are iffy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Prime Minister Albanese did mention that they are going to have some sort of free shuttle buses to one of the main stops or something from the terminal. I don't know how that's going to work.
Okay.
But let's see. Until the roads are not good enough, I don't think there's many people who would want to be traveling from there. Yeah, but I do plan to travel later this year, because I think Singapore Airlines... apologies. Yes, red bar, we had a great rotation. Yeah, I think there were some lines out there, but I think it was just the camera playing up as such, but I think we should be okay now. Yes, Miss Aussie Thunder says no, her screen wasn't full of lines, so I do believe it's just some of the network issues. We do see it on our screen as well. But yeah, Bella, I think we should be fine now. But thank you very much, Bella, for sticking with us. It's really nice to have Matt, to have you. Bella, we did see you out there on Sid Squad's live stream as well. It was wonderful to see you out there, and wonderful to see all of us always being there for different live shows from Sydney and all across. Very nice. And in fact, thank you very much for joining us today, being live here with Matt. So thank you so much. Ooh, alrighty. So now it does seem to be those lines are on the other side as well. What's happening? Maybe we just switch off
Any luck?